Welcome to Curiousaholic. My name is Evan, and I'm here with DJ HAIKO.
Hello, beautiful people.
All right, before we get into today's episode, here's a quick rundown on how the podcast works. So, each episode, one of us chooses a topic they're curious about and reveals it live to the other person in the hopes to spark a deep discussion and to further our knowledge of the world around us.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, so I told you we're running an ad today.
Yeah. That was your theme.
Yeah, that was my theme. I told HAIKO for today's episode that he needs to play us a backing track as if like it was the background of an ad.
Yeah.
That's the mood.
And I thought, okay, let me play some ad music like we're selling a new phone or something.
Yeah,
you know?
But also I said it's about us.
Yeah, about us. It's an ad.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
And it's solving problems too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued as to what this topic is today.
You're curious about my topic.
Yes, like I'm very curious. Yeah, exactly.
There you go. I did my job then.
You did it.
All right. So how you been? Been good?
Good. Pretty busy at work, but
Yeah.
all right.
Classic, right?
Yeah.
You look different a little bit. Did you shave or something?
No.
You didn't shave? Okay. All right. Well, that's what I thought. I thought you shaved.
Is this related to something you're about
A little
to...
bit.
Oh my God.
So let's like, I'm not gonna reveal exactly what we're talking about right now, but
Yet?
maybe
Okay.
you'll get a guess like on my next slide. So let's look at some beard styles before we start. Which one do you like most?
Is this... Okay, which one do I like most? Okay, we have many different ones. I mean... Okay, we don't really have like names for each one, so I kind of have to...
Yeah, you have to, just
I guess... Okay, so we have like 3 rows, and there's like 3 in each row.
3 styles per row.
3
yeah.
styles, yeah. If I had to pick, maybe... I would just say like the 3rd one on the 2nd row, which just looks like,
Looks like Harry Potter a bit.
yeah, with the glasses, yeah. It just looks like, a full beard, not too big, not too...
Okay, like a stubble.
Maybe a little more than a stubble.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Okay.
I think I would have taken, honestly, the one at the bottom left kind of looks like me, so I'll take that one.
Oh, yeah. Because it's sort of missing a little...
yeah, it's missing like
the,
part of the beard and the like under
the mouth.
My mouth.
Yeah.
And my hair is like the same style, kind of.
It looks, similar.
Yeah, so I guess that's me.
I guess I went with the other one because it looks closer.
Yeah. But yeah, we're not going to talk about beards today, but it's a teaser for today.
Okay.
So do you like, let's see if you can make this connection. It might be a stretch, but let's see if you could get it. What do men typically do in November?
Oh my God. The No Nut November.
No.
What?
Not that.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Oh, that's a classic. I'm glad we're recording right now. No. Imagine
that's what I had in my head. Okay, I know your topic.
What's my topic?
Movember.
There we go. You got it.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, this is gonna be a classic episode, I think, right here. You set the bar high with this one.
I mean, that.
Oh, that was classic. All right.
I mean that. Yeah, I don't know.
Could have been. I mean, yeah, there is such a thing as.
I guess that was on my mind more than
Movember. All right. Well, back to on a serious note. Like I said, we're running an ad, so we're going to be representing the Movember Foundation today.
Okay, I see.
And we're going to be talking about men's health and raise awareness for us, right?
Okay. Oh, that's what you meant as us.
So now it's all coming together, right?
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, so honestly, every year I always hear people doing Movember, and I never knew what it was for.
Never knew?
Like, I never knew it was for men's awareness. I just thought it was like a thing. Like, people grow their beards and their mustaches.
Just a trend.
Just a trend.
No, me too. At first, I was like, "Yeah, what is it?" But then when I researched, I saw that. It was,
Yeah. So honestly, it was pretty like intriguing for me because like I said, every year I always see people do it. I never knew what it was for, so I thought it would be a good idea to just look at it, and it's for a good cause.
Why
too.
not? Yeah, no, I think it's a great topic.
Yeah. So, all right. Do you know why this organization started in the first place?
Man, I remember I looked this up once, but I know it's for like prostate cancer
Yeah, that's one of
awareness.
them.
Yeah. But why they initially started?
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
it's
know
a
if
broad
it-
question, but I mean,
I
there's
don't know
no.
if it was like to sell product or something.
No.
No.
It's really it's like an organization that takes care of, making people sensible and like make people aware of different kinds of health problems for men that often go like unnoticed. Like you
Yeah.
said, prostate cancer is a big one. Other types of issues that men have that like maybe like depression that often go unnoticed for men. But I don't want to spoil the rest, so we
Okay.
can get into it.
All right.
But I hope you like that teaser with the beards. And I'm sorry I keep looking at my phone. It's not that I'm addicted to my phone and the dopamine. I'm actually like
Did you learn anything from last episode?
Yeah, it's because the lock screen keeps going back on and I can't
alright.
switch the slides.
No worries.
So yeah, so that was my teaser. That was the inspiration. It's because we're in November right now, so
Okay. Yeah. Perfect timing.
perfect time for
Yeah.
Movember discussion. So yeah, so what is yeah?
Oh yeah.
You're gonna see a lot of men, handsome men, because
Yes.
today's all about men. What's the opposite of feminism? Like for men, is there such a thing?
There's not really
Okay, today we're gonna be that
masculinism.
masculinism at its most.
Yeah.
Nah, we're just screwing around. We're not picking sides or anything. We're just trying to talk about some issues that men have, and because that's what we do on this podcast. Like we try to debunk problems and.
Well, I mean, feminism, at its core is about the equality of both sexes. So, as much as they would, fight for the rights for women,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
men also have their own struggles
Exactly.
and problems. So,
Yeah, so let's just give a little background on what Movember is, and then we'll get into some of the issues that go unnoticed for men.
sure.
So yeah, Movember is an organization that started in 2003, and a lot of it is from like what you discussed. Like a lot of problems went unnoticed. Like prostate cancer was a really big one, and like a lot of people don't even know what prostate cancer is. To be honest, I researched it a bit. I didn't even know what the prostate did in the human body, to be honest. Like,
Oh, really? Yeah.
Like I knew it was there.
Okay.
I just like, I didn't know a lot about it. It was like, even now I still feel like I'm not an expert on the prostate, obviously.
I mean, me too. Like, I know a little bit, not.
It's basically a gland like behind the male,
Yeah, genital.
genital area that takes care of like helping to secrete sperm and
Yeah, that part. I knew, yeah.
and it's susceptible to cancer, basically.
Okay.
It's a sensitive area for that. But it's actually prostate cancer is actually not that like deadly, but like it's treatable, and the cancer is not spreadable easily from
The
when
gland.
it originates from the prostate.
Okay.
So that's kind of some background on that. Yeah, so just a couple like fun facts on the Movember organization. They've actually funded like 1,250 men's health projects worldwide since they started. So that's a lot of
That's
projects.
a lot, yeah.
Yeah. So all in the goal to like, make these problems more approachable and less like of the status quo, because that's what they want to avoid. Like they don't want how men always fall in that stigma where like they have to be tough and macho and they don't have to worry about their problems, and a lot of men are always caught up in their own lives, and in that we've talked about this a few times, in that hustle like hustle culture, is that how you call it?
Grind. Yeah, hustle grind culture, yeah.
And some of them are so ingrained in that mentality that they don't have time to reflect on their own health and
To self-care, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, women are sold more the idea of like self-care and taking care of their bodies and their health, and which is great. But yeah, sometimes men neglect that and in
yeah,
the pursuit of, the
exactly.
grind.
Like wealth, like
Wealth,
we put wealth
yes.
before health, which should be the opposite, right? Technically.
Because health is wealth.
Yeah, exactly.
Ka-ching.
So, yeah, so the goal is to erase the status quo and to ensure that men's health doesn't go unnoticed.
Mm-hmm.
Because oftentimes it gets forgotten as much as like we try not to forget it. And, another one of their goals is that apparently not apparently, it's true that men tend to die earlier than women. And
Yeah.
we're still trying to figure out why that is. Like, it's not.
I mean, I do
clear.
have a theory.
All right, let's hear it.
Because they do stupid shit more.
Honestly, you're probably right.
But yeah, honestly, yeah, there might be some reasons to that, but obviously there's multiple factors to that, really. I mean, men generally do more dangerous jobs, more riskier things, might have more aggression and engage in aggressive behavior,
Dangerous sports.
dangerous sports or just dangerous activities in general, or might also endure more stress possibly in some ways. I don't know. There's like so many factors. It could
Yeah.
be.
I mean, like you said, it's a theory, but all of those things kind of made sense, to be honest. Like, it sounds reasonable to me to think that, like, I don't think that's impossible, that some men are under a lot of stress and, they put a lot, they go through a lot, like, in their lives just to maintain a certain level of, masculinity almost.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's like if you don't do certain things that a man should do, then it's almost like you start to feel inferior, And a lot of
So it
men
puts a
don't
lot of
like
stress.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important to do difficult shit, and we've been through that. But it's also important to, like, accept that you're also, like, a human being, right? And that
And that you can only push yourself so far.
yeah. And exactly.
Yeah, there's like too many, expectations, high expectations of men.
Yeah, exactly. So to all the men listening out there, be yourselves and try not to be another man, basically.
Yeah.
Try to be who you are.
Be your own man and have respect for yourself. And
Exactly. Yeah. Just like Keanu Reeves here on the
yeah,
on the screen.
I see you purposefully chose this picture.
Yeah, because Heiko was going for the Keanu Reeves look.
Yeah,
Growing
true.
out the hair, growing out the
Growing
beard.
hair. I'm almost there now already. It's been almost a year now, my hair growth.
Oh, you've been growing your hair for a year. Oh, yeah, you did mention that.
Since
It's true.
end of November last year, I started, didn't cut, and
Wow.
been-
yeah, it's good.
almost
It's lengthy.
getting like, I want to do a man bun soon.
Oh, no. Don't get a mullet.
No, not a bullet, no, obviously.
All right. So that's like how Movember started.
They should have a project to ban mullets.
Yeah, that's the next project. It's pretty cool though. Like since 2003, so that's what 18 years now.
Yeah, it's a long time.
And they've already done more than 1,000 projects.
I thought it was more recent, this organization. I didn't know.
Actually, I thought it was older.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was more like this kind of new, trendy Movember, type of thing.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's what I thought it kind of was. I thought it was like a
trend.
No, I thought it was there for a while, but every so often it come back kind of thing. That's what I thought
Yeah,
it
but
was.
like people remembered about
Yeah,
it.
and people remember it. And I
became
just thought it
trendy.
was a thing. All right, man, like grow out your beards. And
Just
I was
for
like,
fun. Yeah.
I didn't know why. I knew there must have been a reason like behind. Like I knew there had to be a reason. I just didn't know what it was. And
Okay.
I never looked into it really.
Oh, that's all right.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a good ad to run today for them.
No.
We're representing them today.
Yes.
We're Curiousaholic representatives of the Movember. We both have beards.
Yeah, true. Well, I don't know. They want us to have mustaches only.
Whatever. We have a mustache, sort of.
Yeah.
It's attached to our beard. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah. See, that's another cool person with a beard that I like.
Yeah, you like, yeah.
Yeah. So in the like I said earlier, men tend to die on average 5 years earlier than women. So what is the typical death like of isn't it like 86, I think? Like the average.
It hovers in the 80s.
Okay, so men typically die around 80 years old,
Yeah.
81. Wow, that's pretty early. Well, it's not early, but like
But compared to women,
compared to
who can
women,
go to
like
almost
5
90,
years, yeah,
5 years is quite a bit.
quite a bit, yeah, on average too. So it could be more, it could be,
Yeah, exactly on average. So some people might be in their 70s already.
yeah. I have a great aunt in Italy. She's 103 years old.
Man, she must be like in the top.
Yeah, she's one of the oldest people like in like her
region
in Italy.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
So just a little background, sorry, sidetrack a little bit here. But I'm from my family's from like a little village in Italy, and when she turned 100 years old, the whole village had a birthday party for her.
Wow.
Yeah. She was so like happy, she was crying, and she was on the newspaper and everything.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that must
like
be,
one of the oldest people in Italy. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Be such a honor.
Yeah. Yeah. She's an incredible person. Anyways, yeah, so around 10.8 million men are, facing all kinds of other issues. Prostate cancer, testicular cancer is another one.
Yes,
yeah.
I was going to mention.
Testicular cancer actually is a cancer that develops in younger men, like in their 20s.
Wow.
As early as in their 20s. So the most susceptible age group for testicular cancer is actually our age group, 20 to 40.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, it's not
be
like
careful then.
No, seriously, yeah. It's not a joke. It's like it's a possibility that a lot of men get that. But like I said, at least these are not the most deadly types of cancers. Like and ironically, it's all in like the genital area.
Yeah, it's interesting. Why even?
Yeah. Yeah, so testicular cancer and prostate cancer are both like not the most risky cancers to have. Like they're operable and they don't spread that easily either.
Okay.
But still,
That's
like
scary.
Like if tomorrow someone would tell me like, oh, you have prostate cancer, like I'd be scared,
Of course, yeah.
Testicular cancer, I'd be really scared, I wouldn't want to lose that.
Because it also like it like sort of symbolically threatens your masculinity, right? When we were talking about,
that's the
men
thing.
Trying to be masculine, it's all related to the genitalia, and it's how you just feel about yourself as a man,
Yeah. It's
because I think I've heard some men I think had to take off one or part of it, and it's not an easy thing. Oh yeah, it's fine.
I recently heard one of these strongman competitors. He was actually on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Okay.
He goes by the world's strongest gay. Yeah, and he was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and then he got testicular cancer.
Oh wow.
Just like that. And now, yeah, he had to get operated, I think, or I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just like anyone could get it. And he's in that age group, right? He's probably in his 30s.
Okay.
And yeah, it's
scary. That's why it's just
yeah, it's
gotta be aware.
Yeah,
that's what we're trying to do.
And you know what? It's kind of scary because this is why I wanted to talk about this, is because this type of issue or health problem, it really does go unnoticed. Because first of all, you didn't, let's say for yourself, I just said, oh, it's in our age group, 20 to 40, right? If I hadn't told you that, for example, you wouldn't be that aware of the potential risk, right? You know what I mean? And you'd be like, oh, I'm fine. I'm not saying that you're going to get anything, but
yeah, especially when you're younger, you don't think
exactly
these will come now,
right? Yeah,
you're like, I'll deal with it when I'm old.
Yeah, and since you're not aware, you're not going to be, proactively checking yourself and making sure that you're okay and whatever. Like I'm probably as guilty as anyone else. Like I don't, check like.
Yeah, I mean, who does really?
Like who does? Exactly.
Most young people were.
Yeah, because you don't want to worry either, right? You don't want to preoccupy yourself by that shit.
Check.
Yeah,
it's like.
Yeah, but you know what? I think, for everyone, all the men out there, check yourself once in a while.
Yeah,
It wouldn't
exactly.
hurt, you know?
That's the idea. It's not to become, paranoid by this, but just
Yeah, exactly.
be aware. Yeah.
And this is why Movember exists, right? It's to, bring
Raise
these
awareness.
issues to the surface a little bit, because most men don't know anything about this shit. I didn't know anything about this.
No. Exactly. Yeah. We hear all sorts of cancers, but we never think that it'll hit us. But I think it's been proven that almost 50% of people will get some sort of cancerous tissue in their body.
That's fucked up.
It's messed.
That's
up.
fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's so bad.
because it's just sort of the natural progression of your body. Your body's like your cells are constantly multiplying, and it just takes one error in the multiplication to create a mutation.
Faulty cell.
And then that mutation grows, and that's what cancer is. It's a mutated growth that's out of control, and but I guess certain areas of your body are more susceptible because of the biology of it.
That's insane. So that's their cause, and clearly they have a good cause. So let's look at some of the most common health problems in men.
Okay.
So the first one, you're probably not surprised about this one. Cardiovascular disease.
That's the most common problem for everyone.
Exactly. But since since it is a big common problem for everyone, men, I feel like, I don't know, like you said, I feel like men often let themselves go a little bit,
Yeah, I guess men don't preoccupy themselves maybe as much as women. I don't know. I mean, I can't. Yeah, maybe not
Can't
as much.
pinpoint, yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same
their
time, I don't know. I just feel like oftentimes I just see men let themselves go a little bit too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I could agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I often hear women say like, "Oh, I'm getting fat. I should stop eating or something." And but then men, sometimes just like,
They
I
don't
don't care. Whatever.
Oh, whatever.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, because maybe some men have that idea that taking care of yourself is a feminine thing, or it's a
Exactly.
more not a masculine thing. A man, he can deal with anything. Throw him a rock in his face.
Yeah,
He
let
won't
me
take-
smoke. Doesn't matter. Let me drink all day. Like
Yeah, what's alright? Let me eat a burger every
yeah,
week.
exactly. So yeah, I guess it does come down to that masculinity thing, and but what's masculine about that? It's not. It's just not masculine.
It's a misconception of
Yeah.
masculinity. But I mean, nowadays, it's hard to get the right idea of what a real man should do.
And it's crazy to think that 1 in 5 women and men will eventually die from cardiovascular disease. 1 in 5.
I can't. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise me because I think 17 million people die every year because of cardiovascular
in the
disease.
US, it's rampant. It's
Yeah, it's the other COVID
Yeah.
that people aren't aware about.
exactly. And wow, okay, men's average age for death from cardiovascular disease is actually under 65. That but that makes perfect
But
sense.
it makes sense, yeah.
If you look at the age group, 65 is retirement age,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Depending where you are. But let's say from your 30s till your 60s, right?
Yeah.
What's going on in your life? You have a family,
Yeah.
taking care of the family, always stressed.
Yeah.
Probably
Work.
eating like crap. Probably not exercising. Probably maybe smoking because you're stressed.
Yeah.
Probably drinking because you're stressed.
Yeah.
How does that not add up to a heart attack, right?
Exactly, yeah. And then maybe, most probably slap on a divorce.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much shit going on.
If almost 50% of marriages are going to end up in divorce, then it's even more likely that you'll have that, even more stress. Just becoming an adult just brings on more responsibilities and more chances of things going haywire. And
yeah, it's
So-
crazy. So yeah,
I think also another thing that I had heard white women generally live longer is because I think women learn better ways to deal and manage stress.
Yes.
I think I've heard that. Whereas men, they're more, it
Yeah.
slowly kills them.
Yeah, often, I've been in a few, relationships. I'm in a relationship now, and I've always felt like the girl is always able to handle stress a little more for some reason.
Yeah, it's like you notice that. Yeah, I don't know if it's like innate to women in general or that's how they're.
Yeah, I wish I could be like
raised.
that. Like,
Yeah, just not be bothered too much or.
yeah. I mean, there's certain levels of stress that could be healthy, I guess. Like if you have no urgency at all and
Yeah, of course.
you do
Yeah.
nothing.
But I think people, it's the opposite. Their problem. They have too much of
Exactly.
constant urgency.
So, yeah, the heart is the most important muscle. Again, we fucking mentioned Greg Doucette. He's pretty quotable.
He's true. Yeah.
He's true.
Yeah. He's right. I mean,
He is true.
He is true, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was the number one health problem. Number two is actually prostate cancer.
So is this what Movember you're saying, like they promote, like they raise awareness about?
Well, not really. I mean, some of them
Okay.
of these, but I just wanted to talk in general. Like,
Okay, so you're talking more like about men's health, really, or
yeah, and
intent-
Movember.
and
both.
Movember. Okay.
Promoting Movember by talking about men's health. How about
So,
that?
okay, I see.
So
Well, we're not paid by Movember.
we're not paid. You could pay us if you want.
Yeah, Movember, if you're listening.
Anyways, yeah, so we kind of already talked about prostate cancer. Close to 200,000 men will develop prostate cancer in the U.S. every year.
It's quite a bit.
It's pretty intense. Like, I wouldn't have never thought of that. 200,000 men.
I mean, yeah. It's not a lot compared to the whole population, but still, yeah, it's a lot of men. Still.
Well, it is a lot.
Yeah, it's still a lot.
Well, it's a pretty big population,
Yeah. It's like
Like-
a average sized city
basically.
or town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's probably, it's not the biggest killer for sure. It's probably not the most dangerous cancer either, but it's
But
pretty. It's pretty
reoccurring, yeah.
reoccurring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and prostate cancer is one of those cancers. I don't know if I said this before earlier, but it's like a cancer you could catch pretty much at any age.
And how do they prevent it?
So many ways. Chemo.
Tomatoes.
Really? Tomatoes?
You never heard of that?
Oh my God! Here we go.
I mean, well, first it was my mom who used to tell me that, but I heard even online or some doctors even say like eating tomatoes apparently can help in preventing prostate cancer.
Okay.
And I always eat a ton of tomatoes, so I think I'm good with
Is
that.
it a vitamin A thing?
I don't know. I guess probably some, vitamin or something in the tomato that helps in preventing. I mean, I'm not sure how backed up it is, the research on that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's more
So-
anecdotal or...
Yeah. An old wives' tale.
Yeah. It's
Or
like,
in this case, an
I
old
hear it
man's
often.
tale. But yeah.
An old man's tale. I've heard it often, though, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. You
What's
had
that other thing that eating pineapple? Oh my God. I think I'm thinking of
that's
something
not,
else, right?
We shouldn't talk about that on the
Talk about that
podcast.
All right, next.
Yeah.
So yeah, prostate cancer at all ages. So watch out.
Yeah, so we gotta... But how do you watch out? Nobody likes to go and get their prostate checked because they gotta stick a finger up your...
That's another thing we shouldn't say on air.
I didn't say where.
Hey, you said no nut November before, okay? So anything goes at this point.
Yeah, that was kind of just a blurb that just came out. Like,
We're gonna have to bleep it out or something. We're definitely not bleeping it out. That was
no.
that was gold. That was a blooper without even being like off air, that's not going to be a deleted scene. That's going to be the promo clip for the rest of Curiousaholic.
Oh wow, that's gonna be like in our trailer if we ever have one.
That was funny. Anyways, back to the Movember talk. So yeah, we talked about prostate cancer quite a bit. Yeah, it's probably not pleasant to get a prostate exam. I've never had one.
Yeah. But I guess it's something that can be done, I don't know, every 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, isn't that one of those things that men really need to get after like 40 years old?
I think.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. I always hear it's more 40, 50 that this
well, here's the thing. I said that you could get at all ages, but of course there are age groups that are more susceptible, as in like as you get older, you're generally going to be more prone to cancer in general.
But that's the thing, isn't most things you could get sort of at any age?
Yeah, you can, but certain age groups are more favorable for that one thing, right?
Okay. Like a heart attack. I've even heard someone in their 20s get a heart attack.
No, that happens often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, but I don't think people say, "Oh, worry about a heart attack in your 20s." Make sure you don't get a heart attack.
Yeah,
but
you don't hear it.
It's
but
more
it's
the older
possible.
people.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you're extremely, big and obesity is like it ages you dramatically.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. Yeah. There's so many other factors that contribute to heart attacks, right? It could be anything.
It could be, it could be many factors, true. But
like an example that comes to mind, like a 20-year-old that is doing drugs or something, easily could get a heart attack, right?
Just from the heart palpitations and
so many ways to get a heart attack.
Smoking,
Yeah. Why did we go back to heart attacks though? Oh yeah, because you just said like. Okay, you just gave heart attacks as an example, as
that
conditions could happen at any age. Yeah.
But I'm saying heart attacks are more for older people. We usually think of that as, people 60 or over that are more prone.
Exactly. And I think for the prostate too. I mean.
Yeah, I think so too. But just be careful still. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I probably won't get a prostate exam anytime soon.
Yeah, me neither. I don't think.
Anyways, so yeah, that was the second most common health issue for men, and this is one of the health issues that Movember advocates the most for.
Yeah, this is the one I hear often.
Testicular cancer, and this one, and actually one of the bigger ones is the one coming up, which is depression and suicide.
Yeah.
So this is a big one. I kind of want to recenter the rest of the podcast and discussion around this, because I think a lot of health problems often arise by our mindset. Honestly though, like if your mind is not right and you're not at a good place, the rest of the body is not going to be at a good place either, right?
Yeah, obviously. I mean,
so the next most common health issue is depression and suicide. Experts do say that women typically are the ones that suffer more from depression and suicide than men. But if that's the case, then a lot of the times, the depression and that men endure often goes unnoticed, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think is the reason for that?
Because it's a feminine thing.
Exactly.
Because it's not masculine of you, it's not manly of you to be depressed. And
what's weird? Maybe it's just because most of my friends I've had in my whole life are men. I know way more guys that were depressed, suicidal. I've known a few people that were suicidal than women. Like way more men.
Yeah. Well, but I think now it has been proven that men endure a lot more depression and suicide rates are higher, I think, in men.
Okay.
From what I know.
Well, based on what I read, apparently it's still women that are leading that. Yeah. Not that it's a good thing to be leading. Or maybe
suicide is higher in men. Yeah. Yeah, I think it is.
I think it would have
Yes.
been more the opposite, no?
No, I think if I remember, suicide is higher in men because men, when they try to kill themselves, it's, like with a gun or
Okay, so it's
hanging.
like
Whereas
violent, yeah.
women, it's like, oh, I'm gonna overdose on pills, or maybe
Yeah.
not as aggressive or direct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All some pretty nasty shit,
I
that's for sure.
from
But
from what I've heard, like again, we're not experts here on suicide depression. Okay, it's just kind of
yeah,
sharing
it's
our
what
own.
we know.
Yeah, what we know.
Well, yeah. So like you said, depression and suicide are things that typically are not masculine in a sense, and those are things women have to deal with and
No.
men shouldn't have to. And based on that stigma, men oftentimes just forget about their own problems.
Yeah, which is sad. Man, just as much as women deal with the same issues. It's funny because men and women at the end of the day have way more in common than they think,
Yeah,
In our
that's
society,
true.
we always keep trying to, like separate, women this, men these, and it's always like all these differences, but we have so much more in common in terms of what we can do and what we suffer, and
Yeah,
just, yeah, you know.
it's sad
But
because yeah,
But that's why we need, more awareness, more kind of normalizing the
yeah,
mental health issues.
yeah, and it's just men. I feel like are often they feel trapped in a sense where it's if they don't act a certain way, then no one's gonna respect them, and
Yeah. Also, it's a lot of times, getting the validation of women.
that's a huge one. Um, yeah, validation of women is often what puts men over the edge. To be honest,
Yeah, because it's almost like sort of your purpose to try to attract a mate for, the long run. And, if you're not able to do that, it's almost like they have the power. They're the judges, the sort of the deciders,
yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
the
to thi-
educators. They're
Exactly.
the ones that.
Yeah. It's crazy to think that we do so much for love.
Yeah, all the love songs, huh?
Yeah.
Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me.
Yeah. It's rough. But you know what? Like obviously right now we're talking about men, but a lot of women go through the same shit, trying to please a man and it doesn't go well and
Yeah, it can happen. That's what I'm saying. Is we have more in common than
yeah,
we
true.
think. So men shouldn't feel bad, expressing their feelings of depression or seeking help because,
Yeah.
whoever thinks you're a wussy, well, they can go fly a kite.
Yeah. Fly a kite. Yeah, who cares what other people think,
Yeah. It's your health at the end of the day that counts.
Yeah. My cousin has a postdoc in psychiatry. So, yeah, I attended his PhD thesis presentation and stuff, and it's interesting. Like he not really focused on depression or anything, but like it's just crazy to what extent we don't know about like how the human brain works, and we're always researching and developing new ways to figure out like how to help people that have problems like these. So obviously people, like we said, you could go reach out for help. There are people and experts out there that could help you.
Yeah, they can. But that's the thing. Where each one of us is unique. Everyone's depression is different. Not everyone. We can't just say, "Oh, just get over it, change your mindset, and try to see things differently." You don't know the abuse they've endured, the trauma they've had. Sometimes the family members you can be very detrimental to your health. The things that they tell you, if you deal with abusive parents, narcissistic parents, or detached parents,
Yeah, good point.
it can all lead or make you more prone. But that's the thing. Why do doctors or experts aren't able to understand the human body and brain good enough is because the relationship with environment and your nature, your nature nurture, it's like a constant interaction.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, I forgot what I was gonna say. I was too intrigued by your point that you brought up there. But yeah, it's pretty.
Well, you were talking about your cousin postdoc. Yeah, how they can't understand, like.
Yeah, it's kind of what I wanted to say, to be honest.
I said everyone's unique in their mental health issues.
I remember what I was going to say, sorry. What I was going to say was sometimes depression is like a chemical, imbalance.
Yeah, true.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't really say like, oh, just get over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what do you mean? No, like the person might be deficient in certain areas of the brain.
Well, like going back to our last episode when I said if you have an extreme lack of dopamine, it can also lead to depressed feelings.
Yeah. And it's just an example that came up to mind, actually, that we're thinking about this, that proves that sometimes we don't have control over how someone feels is, you follow Jordan Peterson, right?
Yeah.
And you know the story with Jordan Peterson and his daughter, Michaela Peterson?
Yeah.
That they were, Michaela Peterson, the daughter, for those who don't know who these, Jordan Peterson is and his daughter, well, Jordan Peterson is like, he's a renowned clinical psychologist at the University of Toronto, right? His daughter, is just someone, like a girl that I guess speaks fondly of her dad and has a podcast and stuff like that. And what's notable about her is she had some really, really bad depression all her life. Yeah. Really, really bad depression. Yeah. And she tried everything to get over it. And the thing that changed it was her diet.
Yeah, I know.
But it's weird.
It's bizarre. It's kind of hard to believe. I've looked into it, and I've heard a lot about her story, and also she suggested that to her dad, and then it helped his situation as well because he was apparently taking antidepressants, which I was like surprised. Jordan Peterson was taking antidepressants,
Yeah. No, Jordan Peterson, has pretty bad depression and anxiety. Yeah, I think he's more like on the anxiety.
Well, yeah, he has described himself as being someone more neurotic,
Yeah, because you kind of tell how he's
always like more. Yeah. He gets very kind of passionate about the things he talks about. But he said that he's more neurotic, and so maybe that can make him more prone to anxiety or depression, which is bizarre that you would think, someone like him who would write a book about the 12 rules of life and talk about, having responsibility and getting your shit together and becoming a man, right? That's what he tries to promote, real men, not like the macho type. But he also suffered, trouble. So you see, everyone can, even the Jordan Peterson that everyone looks up to, like as a father figure, and even he can have the troubles.
But that's what being a man is. Being a man is
having
vulnerabilities and problems, and then solving those problems. That's how you become a real man. Exactly. Not by avoiding everything and then falling into like a dark hole. Yeah. And never coming out,
Yeah, exactly. It's just real man. Yeah, what is a real man? A real man that has no problem at all?
Yeah, what kind of man is that,
You're not a man. You're not a human. You're dead.
Yeah, you're nothing.
You're nothing. Everyone has issues. Everyone deals with anything. The real difference is how you approach those problems.
So yeah, we said a lot about this. We can move on now. Still want to ask a couple questions on this.
Sure.
Yeah, so why do men's health often go unnoticed? We kind of said this already a couple times.
That picture of that doctor is sus. He does not look like a doctor.
He's a white monkey. Maybe not. Yeah.
No, maybe not that one.
But yeah, we talk about this, so no worries. Like,
We do have a podcast on that.
no, I mean, like, we talk about why do men's health issues go often unnoticed. Yeah, like we just maybe to recap, like, yeah, so men don't express the pain they go through at all. We just suppress it most of the time. Oh, that's a good one too. Sometimes men are too busy even to realize that they're anxious and they're getting messed up. Like, you're so focused on what you're doing. Oh yeah, we did say that with the hustle culture.
I just think also men aren't as in tune with their bodies as maybe women are.
Maybe. Depends.
Yeah, well, okay.
I'm pretty in
But
tune
yeah,
with
but
my
don't
body,
compare
let's
it
say.
to yourself. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you are, but I don't know. I just find a lot of men are just not really.
Yeah, it's possible.
They might feel something, yeah, whatever. They just sort of go over it.
What was that?
I don't know. Just like, let's say I had a pain in my leg, I was like,
Okay.
whatever.
He started like jerking and like moving while he said that.
I don't know. Just did like a physical motion, like that, just like tossing it aside.
Okay,
kind of,
okay. I'm laughing at you, but I don't mean it.
It's all right.
So yeah, it often goes unnoticed for exactly that reason. And yeah, maybe men are not that in tune with how they feel.
Yeah, I do think, in general, man, not as much.
Yeah, true. Okay, so we always try to fix the problem. So how can we improve men's health for the better? So number one, speak about your freaking problems and
Yes.
don't suppress everything.
Exactly.
Improve fitness. We talked about this a million times. I don't want to talk about it
Yeah.
again. Regular checkups. That's a good one too.
Yes, true. That I think we kind of overlook and not, do.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing. Oh, I don't want to see a doctor. I don't need a doctor. I don't want to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a fear of being.
It's annoying.
Yeah, it is an annoyance, true, but it's for your health. Have a little annoyance so that you can have health for longer
Yeah.
time.
People just don't want to deal with the hassle. People are afraid, Why don't you want to go to the doctor? Because maybe you're afraid of what might happen, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, true. There's that. It's sort of like, you know what? I might as well not hear about it.
Exactly.
You
Oh,
know?
I'm going to die anyways, right? Like,
Or that. Or what's the expression where if I don't see it, then it doesn't exist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I have
It's
like
like
a
a-
tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. Yeah, I know what
See
you
it,
mean.
Not my problem. Yeah.
And the last one, keep dopamine in check. Honestly, though, for men, we know how bad. We spoke about this last podcast. We know how bad it is when you let yourself go a little bit too much and you indulge in some activities that might screw up your brain and
Yeah, too much gratification.
yeah.
That's
And I think that is something in particular that men overdo in comparison to women.
Oh, yeah?
Right? I think so.
I don't know. I mean, in this day and age with the internet, social media, movies, music, everything that's at the fingertips.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Social media, like we said last podcast, social media is not as detrimental to your health than, drugs and alcohol.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, you mean men would engage more
In exactly, yeah.
taking drugs. Okay. I guess, yeah, you're right. Yeah, alcohol is more, I think there are more alcoholic men than
For sure.
women.
Even in drug addicts in general, I
Hard
guarantee you,
drugs.
I could almost bet my money that there are more men that are involved in that stuff than women.
Guess so, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good one, and it's important to keep that in check as well. Because
Well, I mean, dopamine, for the other things too, I think. Just
Yeah.
for your mental health, like feeling good about yourself and not feeling depressed, always going on social media comparing to other people. Or
yeah, but that's what I mean in general. Keep dopamine in check, not just in drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
just
Just the instant gratification.
in general. Yeah, but yeah, we spoke about that
Yep.
plenty last podcast. So go watch episode 24.
Yes.
All right. So how can we help raise awareness for this other than Movember? Well, we're doing it right now. We have
Yeah,
a podcast.
podcast. Yes.
So we're running an ad, like I said. But yeah, for real, we could talk to our guy friends and make sure they're okay in this month.
Did you check your balls?
Did you check yourself? Yeah, you know, there's so many ways to raise awareness, but just talking about
Yeah,
it.
just talking, just like breaking down the taboo and not feeling embarrassed.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, that's all I had for today. Any final thoughts?
It's the final countdown. Any final thoughts? Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the most important thing in life is cliche, but it's your health. Like,
Yeah.
you know, just let's not neglect it. There's nothing fiffy or feminine about, you know, checking on your health and taking care of yourself. And it's a constant thing. You know, you always have to eat right, move right, you know, keep your surrounding healthy, the friends you have, the people you engage with, the devices, the behaviors that you use. They all work in tandem to keep your health in check. And
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, for my part, I think Movember is pretty good organization for that, help raise awareness. And yeah, like you said, health is the most important thing, and you got to make sure that you're not letting it slide. That's the most important thing, because, you know, life could take a bad turn if you let that happen, you know. For myself, I was a healthy kid, and then all of a sudden I got problems with like asthma, allergies, whatever. And it happens when, like, honestly, you don't expect it to happen, you know? So
yeah.
And yeah, you don't expect it, but then you look back at when it happened and you're like, okay, it makes sense that it happened at that time as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like hitting puberty.
No, it always happens when you're going through some stressful shit, usually. Or
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's the other thing that people also don't realize: stress.
yeah,
Just how much is a huge contributor, like such a huge trigger to so many illnesses in our bodies.
yeah. It's a catalyst for sure.
It's a huge catalyst. Yeah,
Yeah,
it very much is. But I think that could be a topic for another day, like really delving deep into like stress and
sure.
how it affects the body. But yeah.
All right. So that's all I
Anyways.
had. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. You could catch us on all your favorite streaming platforms: Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. You know I was gonna laugh when I said that.
Of course.
Check us out on our YouTube channel. Leave a comment, like our video, and let us know what you've been curious about also. And HAIKO'S gonna play us out.
All
No.
right. Take care. Bye.
All right. See you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye. Ciao.